Donald Trump just finished debating Kamala Harris and the two moderators, and if you missed the debate, here are the 3 things you need to know about it. Number 1, ABC was in the bag for Kamala Harris. Clearly, David Muir had it in for Donald Trump. He tried to live fact-check Donald Trump at least a dozen times. How many times did he fact-check Kamala Harris? 0 times. And she told a lot more lies. Number 2, Kamala Harris's entire debate strategy was make Donald Trump feel bad. She didn't bring a single policy initiative. She didn't talk about any of her agenda items that are going to bring down prices or fix the economy or close the border or keep Americans safer. But she did have a ton of lies that she told that she thought would make Donald Trump furious. She talked about how his rallies were boring and people would leave early. She talked about how world leaders would laugh at him and dictators thought he was weak. Her entire strategy was to attack Donald Trump personally and then accuse him of making personal attacks. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Also, when she was talking, she kept doing this like Rodin's The Thinker thing. Like, what is he even saying? I don't understand what he's saying. It was really weird. Number 3, Donald Trump had every single laugh line. He had all the zingers. Kamala Harris's entire debate performance, every answer she gave, every word she uttered was entirely pre-planned and scripted for her. She just spent the last 5 days trying to memorize as much information as she could. Donald Trump spoke like a real person. When she tried to talk over him, he said, "I'm talking right now." Does that sound familiar? When she did it again, he looked at her and said, "Quiet, please." And she shut up, which proves she knows who's in charge. Plus, the hypocrisy on display was totally unmatched. At one point, David Muir asked Donald Trump a question about race, which he answered, and then Kamala Harris said, "Donald Trump only ever talks about race." See how this thing works? At the end of the day, Donald Trump was Donald Trump. And Kamala Harris, she set the bar so low for herself that she easily cleared it, which means if you were a Trump supporter, you're still a Trump supporter. If you were a Kamala Harris supporter, you're still a Kamala Harris supporter. And if you were an undecided voter, you're probably still an undecided voter. And the bad news for you is this was not just the first debate, but it was probably the only one.